The court case against Leonard Nelson, the Labour Party caretaker for constituency number 7, as it relates to the late renewal of his firearm license, has been dropped, according to reports from the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. Reports suggest that Mr. Natta's legal team was able to prove that some government officials who renewed their firearms license late were not subjected to criminal proceedings. Mr. Natta was formally arrested and charged in October 2018 for failing to renew his firearm user's license between February 1st and October 7th, 2018. He was subsequently granted bail in the sum of $10,000 with 2 sureties. Meanwhile, Leonard Nelson said he was relieved by the court decision.
The outcome was as expected, although it took some time, 2 and something years. The outcome was as expected. Short of that, I believe the legal representation that I had from the office of Sylvester Anthony, which includes Ms. Angelina Sukubab, I think that the experience, the knowledge, the professionalism allowed me to be continuing in my winning ways. They put forth the arguments that would have, in my judgment, would have bring back a decision by the court which would have been not guilty. So withdrawing the case yesterday was as expected.
He thanked his legal team and well-wishers who supported him during his legal ordeal.
So I feel relieved, I feel vindicated that the matter is where it is. It had come to an halt over such a long period of time, and it's time now to continue being myself and continue to fight for the people. But I just want to extend my gratefulness and my appreciation to my legal counsel, Sylvester Anthony and Ms. Sukubab, to my friends and family who supported me throughout this ordeal, and of course the comrades of Labour, the people of number 7 who wished me well during this time of difficulty where my lifestyle was very much disrupted throughout this whole ordeal. So I'm grateful to where I am today.
Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
St. Kitts and Nevis issued a 30-day travel advisory preventing persons from traveling from 3 regions where new strains of the coronavirus COVID-19 have been spreading. Persons are advised not to travel to St. Kitts and Nevis if they are coming from Brazil, South Africa, or the United Kingdom. According to a press release issued by the COVID-19 Task Force, citizens and legal residents of St. Kitts and Nevis who are returning home will not be denied entry if they are traveling from the 3 regions. However, they must first request entry permission via the Federation's online platform at www.knatravelform.kn. If they are granted permission to enter, they will then have to meet all pre-travel COVID-19 tests and be quarantined for 14 days on arrival. While the travel advisory is valid for 30 days, a review of the situation in those countries could result in an extension of the advisory. Glenn Bart, Skn Newsline.
The police high command on Tuesday said it is investigating an incident involving police officers on Nevis. A video circulating on the weekend of a policeman standing on the back of a man lying in a drain on Nevis made the rounds, and the police high command said it is concerned. Here's a statement by Assistant Commissioner of Police responsible for operations, Adolph Adams.
The High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force has viewed with deep concern video that show parts of an incident that occurred in Nevis and involved several of our police officers. The High Command would like to inform the general public that an investigation has been launched into the matter. I want to reassure you, however, that your safety and security remains our #1 concern. We have in place well-established protocols and procedures for police officers to follow when responding to reports and apprehending or arresting suspects. Our organization remains committed in the fight against criminality and strongly believe in respecting human rights and the dignity of others.
Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. A staff professional development session for teachers from the Newton Ground and the Sandy Point primary schools are designed to equip them to cope with the current changes in the education environment. The session held on Monday at the SWMC conference room in Taylors was held under the theme Building Resilience in Transitioning Times by Changing Our Mindset. Principal of the Newton Ground Primary School, Mrs. Michelle Rochester Woodley, explained that the theme was chosen because of the global challenges and the demands placed on teachers.
As we all know that we are in difficult times, The global pandemic has really hit us, and we are now trying to get our teachers more equipped. Of course, having them get a mindset, a change mindset. Everything starts with our minds and then our attitude.
The one-day session also exposed teachers to the benefits of a balanced assessment, as highlighted by Mrs. Sasha Warner Leader, principal of the Sandy Point Primary School.
This year we saw it fit to have our staff members indulge in what we call balanced assessment, more so formative and summative. And we think this will help them in the classroom in terms of assessing their students.
The Ministry of Education has asked all schools to conduct their professional development sessions to provide their teachers with the necessary guidance in using the varied assessment tools, resulting in fairer outcomes for a larger number of students. I'm Andre Huey, reporting for Skn Newsline. Mr. Richard Lee Gums, a recent graduate of the Clarence Fitzroy Brand College, CFBC, Teachers Education Division, was presented the Joshua Obadiah Award for Best Results and Associate Degree in Teacher Education. A press release from the Education Media Unit said Mr. Victor Williams, patriarch of the Obadiah Williams family, presented the award to Mr. Gums on Tuesday at the CFBC's Poinciana Conference Room. He explained that the award allows him and his family to stay committed to his father's desire to invest in education as well as keeping his legacy alive. The Joshua Obadiah Award is in its 25th year of service to the students of CFBC and by extension the nation. Elated, Mr. Gums expressed thanks to the Obadiah Williams family for its continued contribution to teachers when he expressed that the gesture of the family reminds him of the important role teachers play. Mr. Gums further expressed a desire to continue to strive for excellence as he develops his skills as an educator. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
For 2021, Smart Electronics is giving you the best deals you can ever imagine. From January 1st until April 30th, you will get the best deals in the entire federation. Plus, that's not all. Get extra special deals on Valentine's Day on all items store-wide, such as cell phones, 85 inches smart TVs, laptops, washing machines, refrigerators, AC units, small appliances, and much more. Visit us. We're located at Port Zante, opposite the food court, or call us at 466-4271. This promotion is valid until April 30th. Terms and conditions apply.
Caribana on Liverpool Row is your anything you want store in St. Kitts. They have a wide variety of just about everything. Ladies and men's clothing, shoes, children's clothing, toys, housewares of all kinds, small appliances like clothes heaters, microwaves, electric kettles and more, cosmetics, perfumes, cosmetic jewelry and much, much more. Their prices are unbeatable and customer service is second to none. Shop at Caribana on Liverpool Row Bastair. Call 465-1745. At Caribana, find value supplies at great prices.
I feel good.
Come to Vibes Beach Bar and Grill at the Frigate Bay Strip, your place for the best selection of local dishes. Join us for lunch. Mahi-mahi, barbecue ribs, fresh caught snapper, salmon, lobster, and our world-famous Vibes wings at economically sound prices. Dinner is served from the deck or the golden sands of the Frigate Bay Beach. Join us for birthdays, business meetings, or just for fun in a family-friendly environment. Open daily from 11 a.m. Vibes Beach Bar and Grill. Great food, hospitality, entertainment, and good vibes. Call 465-8423 for reservations and inquiries.
I feel good.
Moments after Dominica took hold of 70,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine on Tuesday night, Prime Minister Skerrit declared that the fight back against COVID virus in his country has begun.
Tonight signifies the start of the fight back by the Caribbean islands against the virus that has threatened the livelihood of every CARICOM national.
The vaccines came as a gift from the government of India, with Prime Minister Skn leading the way in negotiations with New Delhi in seeking the donation of vaccine for the region. He worked closely with Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley on the issue, with Bridgetown getting its own share of 100,000 doses also on Tuesday night. Mottley praised Skn's leadership on getting these initial doses, which will allow many islands in the Caribbean to start their vaccination rollout ahead of their previous schedules.
Let me say out front that the Prime Minister Skn and myself have worked very closely on this, and I really want to thank him because he also, given the length of tenure that he has had in office, has been able to work closely with me to ensure that we were able to benefit from this.
The Dominican leader said his country will share some of its initial doses with other islands in the Eastern Caribbean.
Dominica will be sharing with a couple member states of the OECS from this gift which we received from India. And so arrangements will be made to have some of the vaccines airlifted as early as Thursday to some of our brothers and sisters so that their frontline workers can be vaccinated in our effort to stamping out this dreaded virus.
Prime Minister Skn said the actual vaccination process will begin on February 22.
The highly hailed Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine that we have taken possession of this evening ensures that Dominica will launch the largest vaccination campaign in modern history in our country.
Acting Dominica Health Minister Kent Edwards said the rollout will be done through that island's primary healthcare system network. I am Kimani Saint-Jean for the Carib Update News Service.
A raging fire destroyed a two-bedroom wooden structure in Cashew Hill, along with everything the family owns. 2 vehicles parked nearby were damaged during the blaze. At the time of the fire, a mother and 2 of her children, along with 2 other children she cares for, all between the ages of 1 and 4 years old. 13-year-old Silence Maniaka and his friend Dimitri Brown were next door when the fire started. Silence's mother gave us permission to speak with him.
We saw behind the house started to smoke. So we thought that they were burning garbage or something. Then we saw the fire started to spread inside the house. And then the lady that was in there with the children, she ran out with 2.
The mother of the children who were in peril asked not to appear on camera, but corroborated Silence's account. She told us she was in the bathroom when she saw smoke and immediately got 2 of the toddlers and ran to her family's house next door. Upon seeing what had happened and the 2 remaining children in distress near the front door, Silence and Dimitri sprang into action.
I was scared, yeah, but when I saw my friend was going in for one, he was cautious to go, I said, well, I'm going to follow him because I don't want to get one and the other one maybe get caught in the fire and something bad might happen. They were on the gallery when we went and get them and they were crying.
Silence's reason for offering a helping hand to the 2 children were more than instinctive.
Because I had a friend, he got burned out in a fire and I didn't want to see that again.
The mother conveyed her thanks to both of the teenagers for their quick action during a stressful situation. I asked Silence if he feels like a hero for his brave act.
My mom always tells me that you could be a hero, but not all heroes wear capes.
Terry Andrew, ABS News.
The government has unveiled tough new quarantine rules for anyone arriving in England from outside the UK, including fines and the threat of jail for people who flout the rules. The measures are designed to keep coronavirus variants out of the country. All travellers are already required to have a negative COVID test before they arrive. From Monday, all passengers will have to self-isolate for 10 days and be tested on day 2 and day 8. Those arriving from the 33 countries on the government's red list will be taken to a hotel, where they have to stay for 10 days at a cost of £1,750. And if people violate the rules, they could face large fines and potentially up to 10 years in prison. Scotland has gone one step further and confirmed that anyone returning from abroad will have to enter a quarantine hotel. Here's our transport correspondent, Caroline Davis.
When Liz Matos travelled to Portugal in September when her father died, she didn't know she would be facing 10 days in a quarantine hotel when she came back. Liz can't return until her father's house is sold in late February, which means she'll have to pay £1,750 to quarantine in a hotel.
It's extortionate. I think it would be really, really depressing, on top of being quite miserable anyway. We're coming back not from a nice holiday, but from, grieving for either a lost one or ill families, etc. So I think this needs to be considered in how they treat people.
Today's announcement introduced further restrictions on international travel, including higher fines and potential prison sentences.
I know that most people have been doing their bit, making huge sacrifices as part of the national effort. And these new enforcement powers will make sure their hard work and sacrifice isn't undermined by a small minority who don't want to follow the rules.
Under the government's policy, only those arriving from countries on the UK's red list will need to quarantine in a hotel. But Labour want the policy to apply to arrivals from every country.
He hasn't announced comprehensive quarantine controls at the borders. So why then, when over half of countries where the South African variant has been identified, why are over half of them not on the so-called red list?
Holidays are currently illegal, but it seems many of us are already thinking about the summer sun. Holiday firm TUI say they've already had nearly 3 million bookings for the summer, and many in the industry are already viewing the season as vital for their survival. Many in the airline and airport industry are worried. The more restrictions that are added on, they think it could take longer for those to be removed, particularly in time for the summer.
We just don't know where we're going to be over the next few months. It's just rapidly changing. But what we do know is there's just huge amount of demand and pent-up demand for people to go away this summer.
But the policy won't be the same everywhere in the UK. While England and Wales will only require arrivals from banned countries to quarantine in hotels, Scotland will require all international arrivals to do so.
The UK Government has only committed to adopting this for travellers returning from red list countries. We know that is not sufficient, and we have therefore gone further.
In Northern Ireland, discussions are still ongoing. The travel industry can't be ramped up overnight. It needs some warning about when international travel might start again. Both it and potential passengers are waiting to see whether summer travel can go ahead.
Well, that's the big question, isn't it, Caroline? I mean, this is all open-ended. We don't know how long it's going to last. So what could it mean for summer holidays?
It is open-ended. We don't know when it's going to finish. The answer is we just don't know about summer holidays yet, and that's because there are quite a few things to consider. So firstly, let's look at the vaccine programme. That's going relatively well in the UK, but that's not the only thing that matters. The Transport Secretary has previously mentioned that looking at vaccination levels in other countries that passengers in the UK might want to travel to is also important, and of course that's not in the UK's control. Then you also have to think about considerations for where new variants might come from. When we've seen country bans, we've not just seen countries where the variants have started being banned, we've also seen some hub countries where people travel from those variant countries onto the UK being banned as well. So, for example, when the Brazilian variant happened, flights from Portugal were also banned too. So that's another complication, looking at countries, but also looking at the countries that fly into those countries as well. It's a very uncertain picture for the travel industry at the moment. We heard earlier today that travel company Jet2 have taken the decision to extend suspension of flights and holidays until the 14th of April. The travel industry in general are just desperate to know how we get out of this and when.
Aren't we all? Caroline, thank you very much.
Demonstrators took to the streets in Myanmar's capital for the fourth day in a row, defying restrictions imposed by the military junta aimed at stopping massive protests against the overthrow of the elected civilian government, including leader Aung San Suu Kyi. An unnamed physician who treated demonstrators at a hospital told VOA that at least 2 of them sustained what he believes were gunshot wounds, one to the head, the other to the chest. State Department spokesperson Ned Price again called on the military junta in the country formerly known as Burma to relinquish power and respect the rights of peaceful protesters.
What I would say broadly is that we strongly condemn violence against demonstrators. All individuals in Burma have rights to freedom of expression, association, peaceful assembly, including for the purposes of peaceful protest.
The massive protests defying restrictions are in line with one analyst's expectations.
But in terms of the Myanmar people's sort of spirit and desire to not have this military coup and to have some restoration of democracy, no, I'm not surprised.
Other experts say there is little that the United States can do to influence Myanmar's generals because the head of the junta, Min Aung Hlaing, is already under U.S. sanctions.
He was sanctioned under the Global Magnitsky Act along with other senior generals in 2019 for their ethnic cleansing campaign against the Rohingya. So how do you sanction somebody who's already banned from owning property in the U.S., traveling to the U.S., or doing business with Americans?
Experts say with so little leverage on Myanmar, the best option for the U.S. is to work closely with other countries.
So the U.S. would want to work with democracies in Europe, Canada, Japan, maybe some of the Southeast Asian countries like Singapore, Indonesia, with India also. So there's definitely going to be a need for multilateralism here because there's no way the U.S. can really affect much policy change in Myanmar by itself.
The State Department's Ned Price said Myanmar has been a constant topic in America's engagement with allies around the world this week. Cindy Sain, VOA News.
Pants off competition from England's Joe Root and Ireland's Paul Sterling to become the ICC Men's Player of the Month for January. The award recognizes his performances in the 2 tests against Australia that led India to a historic series win over their arch-rivals. He scored 97 at Sydney and an unbeaten 89 at Brisbane. Ismail received the women's equivalent ahead of her South African teammate Marizanne Kapp and Pakistan's Diana Baig. The 32-year-old took 7 wickets in the victorious ODI series against Pakistan before taking 5 wickets in the second T20 against the same opposition. Joel Rain, ABS Sports.
Stay abreast with news on St. Martin with SMN News. Visit www.smn-news.com for up-to-date news, scoops, opinions, and hard-hitting facts. SMN News, we tell it like it is. Visit our website www.smn-news.com.
It's the new and improved Skn Newsline Android mobile app. With the Skn Newsline app, you can watch your news reports, the Skn Newsline newscast, sports, special features, and so much more. You can also send us a WhatsApp or call us directly. Go in the Google Play Store, search Skn Newsline, and download the app today. The Skn Newsline mobile app. News on the go. For the finest in pastries and baked products, your only choice has to be Bryden's Bakery, located on Main Street, New Road, St. Peters. They offer the best in breads, cakes, cheesecakes, cupcakes, cookies, and much more. Visit their cafe and savor breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and ice cream. Bryden's Bakery also specializes in a variety of healthy breads, cakes, cookies, pies, and pastries for all your special events. Call 667-1505. Opening hours 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays for Ice Cream Sundays. Bryden's Bakery, simply the best.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas print, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our #1 priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multi-Graphics.
On behalf of management and staff of Butter Plus, we want to wish you a Happy New Year and a prosperous 2021.
Located on the College Street Gut, Bastille St. Kitts. Bring your car to AutoPlus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at AutoPlus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille St. Kitts. AutoPlus Car Wash, where the service is #1.